let's face it, gardening, it can be expensive. So today we're going to go make a free fertilizer. We're going to make it out of comfrey. We're going to need a bucket. We're going to need a shears, and we're going to need gloves because comfrey is prickly and it makes me itch. So I don't want that. The process today is we're going to cut the comfrey and then we're going to put it in our bucket and cut it into smaller pieces. We're going to fill the bucket with rainwater and then we're going to let it sit. The comfrey to make liquid fertilizer needs to break down. This in the heat that we are having will only take a couple weeks. If it's cooler out, it's going to take longer. If it's warmer out, it's not going to take so long. And I'm going to keep it in a spot in my garden where it's readily available that I'll walk by it on a daily basis so I remember to fertilize my plants. It's also whenever we go to scoop out the comfrey, it's going to smell. So I don't want to have that anywhere near where I want to sit or where I want to smell my flowers because this comfrey fertilizer, it does stink. So it's going by my chicken coop, which also stinks. In case you're wondering how my strawberries are doing after their attack from the ants, they're doing pretty good. I have had to reapply the Diatomaceous Earth, but that was to be expected. This big old trash can is the only one that I could find that had a lid because I want to keep it outside and it rains here a lot. So comfrey has a very long taproot, which is why it has so many great nutrients for fertilizer. The taproot, we have clay soil here, so the taproot helps it go deep, deep, deep into the soil where there are no other plant roots, so that, oh, gross. It helps it go, comfrey has a taproot that helps it go deep into the soil and pull up nutrients that plants would not otherwise get. So that's why we take it and then make a fertilizer out of it so that the nutrients that the comfrey brought up from deep in the ground can then be used on other plants that we have around here. Our tomatoes especially love it. Comfrey also spreads, not aggressively, but definitely is a spreader. So I have moved it to 3 other places in my garden that I don't have to cut down like this because that way the bees can have that to eat. If you noticed, the bees, I am a little bit of a scaredy cat when it comes to gardening, which you would think after all these years of gardening and being outside, I wouldn't be quite as skittish anymore, but I am. I probably should have waited to the evening to do this so that the bees weren't out here anymore and they wouldn't be scaring me quite as bad, but I don't have that kind of time. So I do my gardening chores when I have the time. Okay, where I've decided to leave my bucket of comfrey fertilizer is up here. It is actually the very far corner of my garden, but it is right here by my chickens. We come to our chickens every day to just check on them, give them fresh water, just sit with them, so we're here a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop this comfrey up as best as I can in this bucket here, and then I'm going to fill it about 3/4 of the way full. With rainwater. We have a rain collection system off of our garage, so I use that to water my garden a lot. So rainwater is the best option. If you don't have a rain collection system, then just use regular water. It'll be fine. But I like rainwater. My plants do really well with rainwater. I try to use it as much as possible. It also keeps my water bill down. So win-win situation there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started, and then I'm gonna put a lid on it, and we're just gonna let it cook. It's here in the sun. It's kind of shady right now, but for the most part it gets full sun here. When it's done, it's going to smell terrible. The last time I made this, my husband had no idea that I had made it, and he asked me, "What is that rotting in that bucket?" And I said, "Oh, it's fertilizer for my plants," and I thought he was gonna come unglued. Anyways, I'm just, whenever it's done in the bucket, I'm going to take the comfrey out, and this is what's behind us is actually part of my orchard back here. So I'm just gonna lay it at the bottom of all of my plants. It'll help suppress weeds, and it's also obviously good for the plants as well. And I don't have to go very far with it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. This is just going to continue to fill, and I'm going to put a lid on it, and there you have it. We're going to have free fertilizer to use here in our garden to make garden not quite so expensive.